All right. Well,
Matt loves that theme song.
I love it.
Do you want to play it again just because we haven't been here in so long?
All right. Well,
Play it again. Play it again, boys.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Matt and Tamsen Show now, which was formerly Why Hasn't He Called, named after our book. We have two books, another one coming out.
We changed it because we're egotistical, and it has to always be about us.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Today we have a very special guest. His name is Jeff, and he is a terminal bachelor. He is somebody that believes that, you know, he likes a single life, and there isn't anything that's going to change that. And he has some really interesting reasons why he likes being single and isn't looking for any type of monogamy in his life.
We decided to go into the show today saying, why haven't, our book is called Why Hasn't He Proposed? And we were going around asking people this, and we came across Jeff, who is not interested in proposing. And I think there's a lot of guys out there like that, and I think some people are going to agree with him, and some people are going to scream at him. So we'll see how it goes.
We thought we went out to the forest and we put a net around him and dragged him back. So here he is. He's a true live animal. But what's interesting about him is that he's highly successful. He's a vet in the Pittsburgh area, and he's
That'll be veterinarian.
I'm sorry, he's a veterinarian, and you know, I've known him for a while actually, and I've watched him date multiple women. And me, I've been married twice, and the second time will be the last time, of course, because, I mean, just look at her, honestly. And I want to know, Jeff, tell everybody why you love not being monogamous. Look at the cameras right there. Right there. Don't read the text; they get pretty
Mostly
cruel.
there's just too many women out there. I have to say.
Really?
Too many women to choose from, so you got to get through them all?
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, that's...
Ladies, I want to hear from you because that's just crazy.
That's not necessary.
Guess who we're going to hear from?
That's
Scott in Canada, my favorite. I'm sure he has plenty to say about this.
Talk about a serial dater.
Scott! You're not going to side with me in this one, are you, Scott?
You need a date.
Yeah. Hello, Tamsen. Hi, Matt. First off, I just want to say that it's really great to have you back. While you were gone, I was trying to do a room about dating and stuff, and I want to tell you that the divorce rate on Paltalk is now skyrocketing. You got to come back and save the world. We have just messed everything up. But on this topic,
There he is. There he is. Oh, no. Go ahead.
there's a lot of people who actually have no need to get married. It's not just men not wanting to get married. I know a lot of like 40-something-year-old women. Their children are now just getting out of the house. They've just divorced their husband. They own their own house. They're setting up their own businesses, and you know they don't need a man to actually fulfill them. They are fulfilled onto themselves. Now they do need time with grown adults. They do need those interactions, but they don't need them 24/7. It's something that they can pick and choose when they want. And
when and where they want.
When they want, where they want, and who they want to be with. And if they want to go take off a week to Cuba, and have a fling with a Cabana boy, they have the liberty to do that. And why would they then confine themselves into this narrow scope of a relationship that usually is for what they've already done, raising their children? They have no intention of having children. Why be monogamous? Why not enjoy yourself? Now, I must admit, you run across certain, you can play those games, but then you're running out there, then all of a sudden, boom, it's like getting hit by a bus, and there's just someone that you just have to be with, and you just can't resist. And you try so hard to resist it, but you just can't, and then you get caught up. So that happens too. But, after divorce, you kind of like, why would I go there?
So do you think that we're made to settle down? Like some people are writing, God made us to settle down, or do you think that that's not the case, that we're not meant to be monogamous? Because that's a big question we're facing as we're writing the book, whether or not we're giving people the right advice. Are we supposed to be monogamous? Or are we supposed to just have a good time, or does it depend on the person? What do you think, Jeff?
I think monogamous.
The human species, when we take a look at
You can find it.
the time that it takes to actually raise a child is so long that you actually do need to have these stable monogamous relationships in order to accomplish that task. You know, people have this biological clock. You know, you've got to have kids, you got to have kids, but you also have to have that partner there in order to help you, facilitate you to have these kids. But once you've had those kids, you don't have those same instinctive pressures to actually have a mate for the purpose of rearing a child. And so you're left up to your own devices of, what do I want to do now? You're now free from your biological impulses for the childbearing process, which is definitely something that's, you know, a part of our subconscious on what motivates us.
Those are really good points. You know, another thing that's interesting is that monogamy and the single career woman right now, you know, it's not jiving well with her. You know, she's independent. She doesn't need a man for anything else but true companionship, or maybe to have children. And it's something that the strong career woman isn't into either. So it seems as though, because of the independence that she has and because of the multiple partners that she can have, women are starting to date like men, and men are starting to date like men, and it's sort of like nobody wants to connect anymore.
But until a certain age, because then when you have women that hit a certain age and decide that they're at the height of their career, and you've probably met these women, they're at the height of their career, they played the field for, I did it, played the field for a long time, get to the height of their career, and then say, you know what, now it's okay, now I'll say that I want to settle down. And there's nothing wrong with them. That's what happens, and it happens to women. We have a text that came in and it said, women, unlike men, don't like dating a ton of people. We just want to settle down. So I agree with both sides of it. I liked dating a ton of people when I was in my 20s, and eventually decided that I was okay with settling down because I felt like I'd dated enough.
It's all very cyclical, I believe, where you are in your life, etc. I used to have aspirations of certainly meeting that certain someone. It almost happened a few times, but I don't have a whole lot of faith in it happening right now.
You've also mentioned, because of your lifestyle and your career, and even where you live, you know, the whole point of meeting somebody that would be really special, it would be a big sacrifice for you. You'd have to drive a great distance. You'd have to allocate time that you really don't have.
Time's a big deal in a relationship.
But if somebody's saying you're set in your ways now, which I completely agree. Speak up a little bit, John. But I think you're set in your ways too, because you've been by yourself for 40 plus years.
I'm very comfortable with myself, you know, so I have a good time. I like meeting new people, certainly, but if I'm alone, I'm very pleased. I find a lot of things to entertain myself.
All right, Rachel in Louisiana, let's hear.